guys, well, this is a sight, isn't it? Welcome back to 911 Scales. The new GT3 is here in 143 and 118 scale. If you're following me on Instagram, then you already know what this video is about, and also if you read the title of this video, because even though the car is amazing and the models on first glance look gorgeous, yeah, Minichamps really didn't perform that well. And this is why I also wasn't really in a big hurry to make this review. I don't have many pieces left. If you're thinking about getting one after this review, make sure to write me an email to shop@911scales.org. And of course, you can always buy them at your local Porsche dealer or some other model car dealers. So yeah, the new GT3, it's finally here. It's an amazing car. In German, I also did a news review of this car, but the models, these are really worthy of taking a closer look. And 118 scale, we have it in shark blue, the new color for the GT3, and we also have it in gt-silvermetallic with some silver wheels. So this year the presentation spec with the blue rings in the headlights and also the blue rings on the wheels. And these are made by Minichamps, made from resin, costing 279 euros here in Germany. This is a high price for Minichamps 118 scale, and it's more than the 249 euros we are used to. Sure, it's a GT3 and the prices online are already going crazy because GT3 is always incredibly hyped. Porsche knows that, and they have already adjusted their prices accordingly. 279 euros, I can, as always, deduct the German VAT for you if you are outside of the European Union or if you're a registered company in the European Union. The small 143 scales aren't cheap either. The limited edition black one and red one, and this is deep black metallic and this is Guards red. This one will fit nice to a 997.2 or the 991.2 I already reviewed on this channel. These are 65 euros and the presentation spec, not limited, also in shark blue, is 55 euros. Limitations for the black and red one, we are talking 2021 pieces, and for the 118 scales, we are talking 911 pieces. So yeah, very limited indeed. This one, I think they made 3000, but I'm sure at some point that they will order more. But now to the big thing, and why this video is also titled Minichamps Quality Drama, because especially with the 143s, I've had huge problems. Over 50% of the models I have received will go back to Porsche because of quality issues. And I had to check every single model so thoroughly. The black one also was very dirty and I had to clean every single model. Let me show you some pictures I have here on my phone of the quality issues. In this picture you will see, this is not an exhaust. This is really not well done by Minichamps. So this model will go back to Porsche. Next picture, there you have to look at the mirrors. The mirrors is something Minichamps is always struggling with nowadays. I also had some big problems with the 25th anniversary box. I'm going to show that in the future review. And there you can always see the left mirror from the passenger side is hanging down while the other one is sticking a bit up. There we have not that nice of a wheel, am I right? Can't sell it like that, I have to be honest here. Then we have the biggest problem I've saw, where the tire isn't even properly on the rim. Like, come on, somebody must have seen that, am I right? Like, how can you ship model cars like this? It's incredible. Sure, for you as a customer, it's not that kind of a big deal as it is for me, because I don't sell them like this to you. I will fix it or send them back like this one. Thankfully with this rim I could fix it quite easily, but the other one was not able to sell, and that is a problem for me because I can't sell this model and they don't make other ones. And then we have the happy mirrors as exclusive Porsche models. Tobias is calling them. Not that well adjusted. They are looking into the air. You can watch the sky when you're sitting inside the car. So sure, I can't sell it like this. We'll go back to Porsche. And then mirror completely came loose inside the transparent display case. Really not nice. Then the red one, the glass inside the mirror is also not that well done. Like seriously, like when you're paying 65 euros for a model car, you want to have good quality and good details, and this really wasn't the case on this particular model. So this is going back to Porsche. Next one, not even properly painted the mirror, right? There is this red stripe because the black paint isn't properly on there. So I don't really want to be that harsh to Minichamps, but this is unacceptable for me in terms of quality. Check this mirror out, like the black paint is going all the way over the edge where it would be situated on the real car. And yeah, this is not a Porsche model car. When you're buying a Porsche product, I think you really want this awesome quality. And usually with model cars, you have a special feeling when opening them. But with this Minichamps one, difficult. Then some scratches inside the windscreen glass, or some fingerprints also, I have noticed that. That is also very annoying because the model is not saleable at this point and I can't clean it. I would need to like completely break open the model. And no, I will not do that. The profit margin is so low on these kind of model cars. I also have to be very honest with you. If I would be in the money for this, like as a proper model car dealer, I would be out at this point. Like when you're considering you're usually earning like 15% on a model car, maybe, right? There's really not a lot of money when you're considering this one is 55 euros and there are also models which are 45 euros. And then they expect you like to fix every single model. It's impossible. Right, so who is paying who, right? Minichamps, this is really your quality control, and it's also, I think, a bit of embarrassing for Porsche because there were two stages of quality control. First of all, Minichamps, which I can't believe it. Then Porsche, I get it that they don't open every single model, and it's also not possible for them to do it. But they have to check it properly because when it reaches me, I am telling you, and I think that's quite embarrassing for a Minichamps and especially a Porsche product. And I'm very happy that Porsche is agreeing with me on that, and they will find a solution for future model cars. For now, I think all GT3 models and Taycan Cross Turismo and some other Minichamps models are on hold. They are fixing the quality issues and then they put them up for sale again. But yeah, which makes it even harder to get a GT3 right now. But I also have some good news. I'm showing the 118 scales in a second. These are actually kind of good. Yeah, and here we have it. The models on top are the ones which are good and the models on the bottom which are not good. And this is pretty much a 50-50 split. And these were only the black and the red ones. I also could show you pictures of the blue one, which was pretty much the same, and also of the Boxster 25 anniversary edition, where it was 50% of the models which went back, which is really annoying. Of this red one, over 50% went back. And yeah, so really not good news in Porsche model car country, but I hope it is only getting better from this point because I really can't see how it's getting any worse. But yeah, enough with the real talk. Let's grab the camera and get up close to the models because actually these are kind of nice. And if you're getting a model car from me, then you see it's in good shape and you really don't have to fear about the quality issues. So let's grab the camera and get up close. All right, let's start with the 143, so the smaller one. So the front is completely new design of the GT3, and also in the rear we have the swan neck spoiler, which is just a striking feature, and Minichamps actually did all right of incorporating these features. So here, especially at the front, I really like how they've did it. They included some things which resemble the mesh here in the front, the new air outlets, which are now separated by each other. It's not just one thing that's actually in the hood, and the crest sits in the middle. Then also down here, the splitter looks all right on these models here. The blue rings in the headlights, which are an optional extra and were also present on the presentation car. But yeah, these are way too big and look a bit odd in my opinion. It's way better here on the red one or the black one. They are just more fittingly. The lights could also be a bit more detailed in my opinion. It's really not noticeable if it's like some matrix LEDs or just the standard LEDs. I know even on a real car it's hard to see, but it would be great if they would have tried a bit harder, let's say it like that. Then you can also see there are some interior details, like the red one has some red stitching, the blue one has the blue stitching, and the black one has the silver stitching inside, which I think is rather nice. They all have the same wheels. Black one has the Aurum wheels, and then on the blue and red one, we have the wheels in black with the blue stripes. And the brake discs are all steels for the 3 models, no exceptions there. Would be great if the black one especially would have PCCB yellow brake calipers. The calipers look alright, the brake disc itself look also alright. Yeah, what maybe would have been great if they chosen, like for example for the red one, the carbon roof, which would have been an optional extra to order. That would look, yeah, I think kind of nice to have it on the model car as well. Yeah, and then the rear. You can see all 3 models come with the Club Sport package, so they all have the racing cage in the back, which is also an optional extra. I think it's kind of nice that they did that. Yeah, the wings are all looking, I think, kind of well done. Sometimes what you have to look out for are glue spots around the holders here on the top of this wing, which is really not that great, but here on these 3 it's all right. Yeah, something I always criticize on Minichamps is the rear light bar for the 992. It is still exactly the same, and I'm not that satisfied with that. Think on Spark, on the 992 Christmas edition or some other special 992s, they made it just a bit better. Diffuser, in my opinion, looks actually all right here on the 143 scale, but you can see here the exhaust, they aren't perfect, right? So, and this is something when I look at the model, I say, is that all right for me? And I've seen much worse models, so this here is just for me okay. But obviously a big quality and details problem for me, right, when I rate these models. Yeah, and then a small peek into the interior. There you can actually see all the stitching, and also all other details are there. The gear selector, the PCM screen also has a lovely Google Maps screen, which I think is great addition to the 992 models by Minichamps. And yeah, also all the other details are there, but on the 1/18 scale it's a bit easier to show you that. So yeah, let's switch the models. And yeah, here we have the 1/18 scale version. I think the details on first glance look as good and as on the Spark models. The steering wheel looks very good, I think. All the buttons are there. The sculptural thing of this new 992 steering wheel is also nicely done. The rev counter looks very good, and also the instruments represent the real car very well. Yeah, and then this new gear lever, which is actually a manual lever on this particular model, with the yellow GT3 designation below and the yellow designation for the individual gears, is also nicely done. The PDK on this car, which actually look exactly the same, would use exactly the same gear lever, and also has only 7 gears instead of the 8 for the 992. PCM screen looks alright. I think it is actually representing the real car very well. And we also have the little sport chrono watch on top. Yeah, the seats are also quite detailed, I think. Carbon fiber is visible, the GT3 is blue, and the headwear is lovely stitching also around the seats, and they also added blue seat belts, which is very nice. So it really is the all blue spec, which is just awesome. And there again you see in the background the roll cage. So guys, I actually received a lot of messages when it was announced that these 1/18 scales were made by Minichamps and not by Spark. But be honest, does it look worse than a Spark model car? I think overall it looks good, and it's hard to see some huge defects or huge errors, but there are some, and I will point them out to you now. What looks better than on the 143 scale model are obviously the headlights. Here the ring looks really good, and it's a lovely detail fitting perfectly to the wheels, which look also nice. Yeah, front looks also great with this new face for the GT3. The new air outlets here look also way more detailed than on the 143 scale version. Also the Porsche crest is crisp, which is always nice, and they use some nice decals here for the side indicators and here also for the front indicators, and really does not look cheap like on the Taycan Turbo S, for example. Side view, here you can see actually the brake disc are alright. They are not properly drilled like on some others, and they don't have this lovely coating as on some Spark models. The wheels itself look also really nice. These extremely thin wheels of the new GT3 are represented very well, I think. The center lock, that could definitely look better. It has the GT3 logo on there, which is nice. Something which is actually better than on Spark models. The full Michelin sidewall is included. We have the racing stripes here, and it also says Michelin on the side somewhere. There it is here on the rear tire. We can see it here. Michelin, perfect. très bien, super. This is something I really like when models also have that. Yeah, door mirrors could have some better edges, I would say. Here the paint does not work that well, but it's really not as bad as on the Taycan Turbo S, for example, which is like the benchmark for the worst model car Minichamps made. Yeah, and now to the rear. Actually, of the silver version, I have a number 811 if someone is interested in a cool number. Yeah, the rear is actually all right here. The Porsche writing and all that stuff looks properly done by Minichamps. The GT3 logo is very nice indeed. This spoiler also looks great as it hangs from the top. What does not look as good is the rear diffuser here. It is hard to show to you on camera, but that looks rather cheap and way too thick in my opinion, right? It looks like it is carved out of some sort of wood or something like that. There they really, yeah, in my opinion, must have tried a bit harder. Thankfully, it is all black and not that noticeable. You will not look to that point that often. What is nice, again, the reflectors here are properly made. We also have the little Toho cover here on the back. GT3 actually fixed the number plate problem, right? If you knew it from the 992, it was always very far in the bottom, or with the Sport Design package way up. Here it is properly adjusted in the middle. Yeah, also some nice meshes here for the air outlet on top of the engine. And then the next bad part, I think, is here the engine cover, which looks also very cheap and yeah, cheaply made out of plastic, I would say, which would also be the case on the Spark model, but here it really looks cheap, and that is not that well done, because there you actually look quite often. So yeah, it has some flaws, but it's not like this huge scandal of a model car like the 143 scale, in my opinion. So yeah, guys, what do you think? Are especially the 118s worth 279 euros, are they as good as Spark models? I think that it's very close, right? There are only two things I really criticize. It's the rear diffuser and the engine cover, which does not really look that good. I am surprised how good the interior actually is. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below. The 143s, that is a big problem for me, because I really like my 143 scale models and I really like the GT3, and I want a GT3 in my collection, especially that shark blue one, right? I always want the presentation spec in my collection, and it will fit nicely to my lizard green model, and that one is actually way better made by Minichamps than this blue one. So yeah, points wise, it is hard. I will not judge them of the quality defects. I will judge them on the actual quality when a model is good and I think it's that good that I will sell it. So I will not like give quality 0 points because like 50% went back to Porsche. No, I'm only rating them on the quality which I think is good and the models I will sell. I'm giving the 143s only a 4 out of 10. Good quality score, which I would expect is always a 7 or 8. And with the 118 scales, I'm giving them a 7. Usually Spark, I am tending to an 8. The 118 scales are getting a 33 out of 50, which is all right, I think. And if you're adding them into your collection, you won't be disappointed. The price is high, but it's a GT3, and especially the blue one is completely sold out, I think. And there's just a couple of silver ones left. So if you have one, hey, congrats. The 143s, the blue one is only getting a 29 out of 50, which is really underperforming, I think, for a GT3 model car. And the red and black one are getting a 30 out of 50, so also underperforming. If you want to know the detailed scoreboard, link is as always down in the description below. And yeah, with that, it's the end of a second unfortunate review for Minichamps after the Taycan Turbo S last year. Now they also didn't really mess it up, but it's not that well done, and I expected more. And I hope Porsche is finding the solution that we will get the model cars we want in the great quality we deserve, because we are paying a lot of money for these little kind of model cars, and I think we deserve better quality. But yeah, let me know in the comments below. I will be kind of interested in your opinion. I think it will be quite strong, but please be kind. And yeah, that's it for this review. Thank you very much for watching. Make sure to drop a like down below, subscribe if it's your first video you're watching. Contact me on Instagram, discuss these models on our Discord server. And yeah, then we see each other in the next video. Ciao!